He says that he is a Hebrew of Hebrews. The term Hebrew was first used of Abraham in what chapter? Anybody? Well, it's good to know these things. If I ask, then you'll remember in the future. Chapter what?
14.
Yay, he got it. Chapter 14, verse 13. It signifies one who has crossed over. The name is derived from Abraham's ancestor Eber, who was probably the eldest generation of those who crossed over the river in a move away from the area of Babel. From there, a spiritual connection was made to the physical move. They eventually crossed over from idolatry to worshiping the true God. Thus, they were set apart from the other nations. The term Hebrew is used in the Bible to show a distinction between the people groups. There are the Hebrew people, and this is contrasted to all foreigners. Even though Paul was born in Tarsus in Cilicia, he had, like his father, retained this identity. They remained apart from those around them in culture and in national identity. Finally, in this verse, he notes concerning the law, here it is, a Pharisee. Not only was he a Jew who lived under the law of Moses, he was the epitome of those who held to the law. The Pharisees were known to be the strictest adherents, the strictest adherents to the faith, and they meticulously lived out every precept as perfectly as they could. They went through intense studies of the law, even from youth, and they had built up a system of life that necessitated their absolute adherence to every fine point of the law and even beyond. They were very legalistic, going even beyond the law. Theirs was the leading group of holy men to whom everyone else looked to for their certainly noble lives. In other words, I'm looking to the Pharisees. I'm like them. I'm endeavoring to be as good as they are. And Jesus even used them in the parables. You know, the Pharisee standing there and how good he is, and the tax collector down there beating his breast and says, I'm not even worthy to, look up. And so, but the Pharisees were the ones that everybody wanted to be like. They wanted to attain. That would be the group to aspire to. In Acts 23, verse 6, he notes that he was not only a Pharisee, but he was the son of a Pharisee. He was of this tradition, and it went back even before himself. This is Paul. He's this man that has all of these great accolades that meant all of the world to him, and all of a sudden they meant absolutely nothing to him. Life application. I'm going to stop after this. Do we have enough time to do one? We better not. Yeah, we'll do one more. That's all right. I'll just pick it up on the way home. And life application. Paul could surely boast in these things if they were worth boasting in. He possessed the highest connections to the social and religious life of the people from whom Christ came. Surely, if anyone could merit God's favor apart from the work of Jesus, it would be this guy. But to Paul, only Christ mattered. What is your boast? In what are you placing your hopes? And there'll be all these surprises of people that have walked around in these pious robes and little pointy hats all their life and said, see how religious and pious I am. And they're going to get chucked into the abyss because they failed to come to Christ. All of this religiosity means absolutely nothing without Jesus.